about in the paper last week. You know what, I know someone who's got unexplained infertility. They've got 1 million kids now. It's gonna be okay. My favourite one was, don't give up hope because look at Janet Jackson. Jodie Day mentioned in her TED talk that pronatalism makes us believe that the only way to be an adult is to be a parent, which then makes it hard for us to claim our identity. I remember a friend telling me that a relative had joyously said to her that you're a woman now when she announced her pregnancy in her 30s. She wondered what she was before. And I wonder what he thought of her when she miscarried that child. To further quote Jodie, change happens one story at a time, one woman at a time. This starts a chain reaction that breaks the shame and taboos. We feel less alone, less silenced, and less shamed. Owning our stories will bring the richness back into our lives and allows us to reclaim our existence. I've certainly come a long way since 2014, but it's not been an easy journey. I remember the first time I took to the stage and spoke about my situation at International Women's Day in 2014. And since then I've had numerous interviews, including being on Women's Hour on BBC Radio 4. And I'm a trained facilitator for Great Way Women Reignite weekend workshops, and I help to facilitate workshops that help women to work through the grief of childlessness. And in 2018 I ran the first Women of Colour workshop. But I would not have had the strength and the courage to do this without forgiveness and self-acceptance. I've lost count of the number of women of colour that have contacted me, thanking me for my honesty and authenticity. Grateful that there was another black woman they could talk to because they didn't want to talk to a white woman. Women that have gone to the Gateway Women website and turned away because all they saw was white faces. Or they've gone to a meeting and walked away because no one in that room looked like them. These women wanted someone to talk to, someone who looked like them, who would listen and understand. They wanted to thank me for being who I am. It has been such a privilege to be accepted in this way and to create a space where not only mine and other women's stories can be heard. And it's important for us as a race to have the courage to stand up and be heard. Without a voice, we remain powerless to be in control of our own destinies. Brené Brown talks about the courage to be vulnerable, and in her research found that vulnerability makes you beautiful and it's the birthplace of joy, belonging and creativity. Brené said, when we deny our stories, it defines us. When we own our stories, we can write a brave new ending. Owning my story has given me a platform to give other women the permission to speak out and say, yes, me too. Owning my story allowed me to write a brave new ending. Michelle Obama said, if there's one thing in life, it's the power of using the voice. A story is what we have and will always have. It's something for us to own. So in the future, when you meet women like me, remember, a woman like me is not childless because she didn't have faith. She's not childless because she didn't try hard enough. She's not childless because she gave up. Know that she's probably crying inside. Know that she doesn't need your advice or unhelpful comments. She simply needs your silence and understanding. Know that she is trying to own her story and she's trying to write her brave new ending.
I think listen to my boss story. Do you have some question to ask my boss? She's been to Ghana with me in December. And you can see some few pictures as well.
Okay, I have a question. I know you've said nobody.
You've achieved something at least.
Depends on the question.
It depends on the question. But then, my boss at work, we've spoken, there's a problem like that, and for about 3 years we've been talking about it. So she's been part of my journey through having my children. I respected that about her, and then I was in between because it's not easy, because I've been there before. So I knew how to be with her and then be on the other side as well. But we just concluded, I know it's not everybody who wants to know, but we just concluded, okay, then we adapt. So the two of us went through that journey. I've been telling Wisdom, we went through it, we sit in the office, okay, how do we go about it? And now she's gotten a little girl. I'm surprised they've bonded so much. I went to the house, you wouldn't never know. So I know it wouldn't be like your own, but my boss has done it. And you know, the way she reacts with the child is even 10 times better than how I do with mine. So I think all hope is not lost.
Sorry, did she adopt?
Yes.
Okay.
In UK here.
Okay.
I told Wisdom about it. We went to somewhere Scotland to pick the little girl.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's like it's another life again, and she's now a different person completely, because the child she took, it depends on the child. The child has just grabbed her mom, and that's it. It's all gone. So I think, although it's there's somebody who wants you as a man. There's somebody waiting. Somebody will be very, very happy for you to just, somebody wants a man.
So,
yeah, somebody wants you.
I think, so the difficulty I have with that, I've been on this journey since 2014, so I've heard many things around this. And one of the things is everyone wants to give me hope. And that hope means it ends in the miracle baby story, whatever that miracle is. Adoption is one of those. What I found difficult with that journey was that it didn't allow me to make a choice. And people then didn't accept that I was making a choice to live the life that I wanted to live. Okay, it wasn't, I don't want to be a mum, it was, I want to have, my hope was having a fulfilling life without children. I chose not to have IVF. IVF has a 75% failure rate. It's a very difficult process to go through. I've known women to go through 7 rounds, 11 rounds of IVF and they're not mums. Okay, people think these are easy options. I know, and because I facilitate workshops, I hear many stories around women who are childless. Okay, if everyone who went through the process of IVF and adoption had children, I wouldn't be facilitating the workshops I do, and I wouldn't be helping women work through the grief. I know women, I know couples that went through the adoptive process and were rejected to be an adoptive parents because of whatever reason why they were adopted. And I've known people to believe it was just because they were black as well. Okay, it's not an easy process. I know people who successfully adopted and really hate the experience because it's difficult.
It's difficult, but my boss is black. We all come from Ghana.
The thing is, I know people who have adopted, and what I'm saying, the reason why I'm saying this is, for me, somebody coming up to me and saying, you can adopt, there's always hope, actually saddens me. Because I chose not to do it, and there's a reason why I chose. And before you ask me why I haven't done that, I'm not going to tell everyone my story because it depends on the relationship I have with them. Before people take the time to understand why I made those choices, they're judging me for not doing it. So this whole, don't give up hope, you must do it, you must keep going on. Actually, I feel like it's a judgment on me when I said, actually, just try naturally was a tough process. The whole thing is actually, and for other reasons, has resulted on the breakdown of my marriage. So how can I go and adopt when I'm grieving? When I'm trying to put myself back, I'm trying to be whole again. And also within that journey, I come to a place where I can stand and be strong. I'm allowed to continue on that. And that for me, it was having that fulfilling life. It was me being, you know what, I am okay even without having children, because what people do is you have to have a child to be okay, you have to have a child to be whole, you have to have a child to be happy. And actually, so I have women coming, going, will this sadness ever end? Will I ever get over this grief? Because society tells us we have to have a child. It doesn't matter how you get it in most cases, but we have to have a child to be whole and to be seen as something important. But you know what? I know I matter. I had to work hard to be able to stand here and say I do matter because I didn't take all those options.
You matter.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe. Just one quick one. I know there are, I was surprised to learn that the former Prime Minister, Theresa May, and the German Chancellor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They are all wonderful women, successful women without children.